What's up everyone, Ron here, and I'm bringing you a guide of how to use the in-game features to start you on the path of creating your own videos. If you were like me, and you were looking for a way to express your cinematography bug within Animal Crossing New Horizons, here are some tips to utilize the tools in-game to do so. Besides some external things you'll need, such as a capture card, a way to record your footage, a mic, and access to the community, there was some information that I learned by playing and researched online that I wanted to share. So one of the very first things was to be able to remove the HUD in camera mode. And after, tinkering around with it, I found out that there was no way in-game to do so. And I'd found out that in order to remove this HUD to have a clean frame shot like this, you actually have to glitch the camera. And the way to do this is, as you pull out your camera app, when you click the camera app, within 1 second of clicking it, press the plus button in order to take a quick screenshot, and it keeps the frame clean like this. And now that we have a clean frame, now we can use our basic camera moves to be able to, set up what it is that we're trying to do. And just by doing this, you can have some really nice shots. You still have access to all the functions. So if you don't use the camera function normally, I would suggest to write down the functions. So left joystick, move your character around. L button, change your frame. LZ button is your filters. X and Y is zoom in and zoom out. Right joystick is to fix the tilt. The R button is to be able to call your character. And you'll know that by the whistle that happens on screen. And the RZ button is the emote button. So if you put that all together, you can create some really cool shots. If you have other characters on your console, you can also invite them in. And by doing so, you can have more people within the shots. The more controllers you have, the more characters you have to play with. Harv's Island will also allow you to bring in your villagers, as well as amiibo characters. And we'll set Harv's Island for a separate video, as you can get pretty in-depth over there. So, moving along, one of the things you want to do is finding set locations. So now that you know how to be able to get your frames set up, you want to be able to have some cool looking backgrounds. And there is a difference between shooting outside and shooting inside. Right? So I actually had a camper today, so we can go, oh, what's up, Raymond? We can go to the campsite and take a look at what it looks like shooting inside. So the cool thing about shooting indoors is you have the opportunity here to be able to pan the camera all the way around. All right. So if we just do the glitch here really quickly. Now I've removed the frame, or cleared the frame, and I can pretty much set up however I want to take these shots. I could zoom in, zoom out, if I want everyone to look at the camera. And you could do some pretty cool stuff with these features. I'm actually excited to see how the community utilizes all of these tools to create some really cool videos. I've seen some really cool videos already. So, there are some things that I wanted to keep note of. If people are playing a more customized approach where you are time traveling as well as traveling to a lot of people's islands, you can use other people's islands for scenic shots and different background scenery. as well as using the different seasons, the different times of day, the different weather, to be able to have some really cool different shots. And also depends on what you're looking to create, right? So the cool thing about your own island is you can terraform it to however you like, and you can set things up the way you want. You can pick up all the items and put them down. You can't really do that when you have visitors or when you're visiting other people's islands. One of the other things that people will already be doing in game is collecting a lot of items, and there are a ton of items in this game which can be used for props and costumes. So from what I looked at online, there's over 4,000 currently within the game, and that's a lot of items to collect. And the more variety you have, the more different types of frames that you're going to be able to set up. And there's a couple different ways you can go about doing this. You can hit up Discord, Reddit, or different communities on social media to be able to catalog items. And by doing that is you might not have the item, but touching it will put it in your catalog, which will allow you to order it. And by having a large catalog, you can actually, choose whatever it is that you want to put in your shots. You can order them and, set them up, or go to Harv's Island, and anything that you've ever touched will be accessible on Harv's Island. That's why I want to make a separate video for that. And, you could set up so many different types of scenes here, as well as like clothing for costumes. You can clothe your characters and your villagers on Harv's Island. So we'll take a really quick look at Harv's Island, but I'll go in depth in another video just because there's so many cool things you could do there. So you're going to head over to your airport. If Harv has already come to your island, you can actually go visit him. A lot of people actually have only been here once or have never really played around with Harv's Island, but once you go there, you can actually do some really cool scenes. One of the things I really enjoyed was, since you can't invite your villagers to your house, you can create scenes at Harv's Island where you can bring in a whole bunch of your villagers and create scenes of them, making it look like they're hanging out at your place. So this is Harv's Island. Here's Harv, just chilling outside his house. And once you've gone through the tutorial on how to use his house, you can just pop in here. The cool thing is any sets that you set up prior to will stay that way until you come back next time. As you can see, I've set up like a talk show type of setup here, which I'll be using in the next scene. In this room, I did like a bamboo jungle type of scenery, where I pulled in another character, and I'll also be using that footage in the future. And when I was first playing around, bringing in different amiibos, I was taking some screenshots and photos of us having like a space party. And so the different rooms are set up in different ways to be able to do that. And the cool thing about this is now, with the help of the community, you can find people who could do set design. You could find fashion forward people who could help with costume design, and you could help people with different ideas and collaborate. So I'm really excited to see what the community is going to be able to do. And just really quickly, my battery's low. You can either call in amiibo characters, or this function I didn't know right away, you can call in your villagers just by going to residence and popping them all in here. And I'll do an in-depth guide in the next video on how to set up things and using the shots here. But similar to indoor shots, you can have very cool camera movements. The glitch still works here. Oops, that was a bit too late. There you go. You can assign everyone their own emote. You can give them all costumes. You can set them up in different places of the room. And we'll go a bit more in depth on the next video. But I do appreciate you guys watching all the way till the end. This is the first video that I'm sharing with the community, and if this information was helpful, please feel free to share with others, and let me know what you thought in the comments below. And since I'm a new channel, I would really appreciate the support. So sharing, liking, and subscribing will let me know that you want more content in the future. And I'm also pretty excited to share my upcoming video ideas with the community. So if there are other creators out there who have ideas or who want to collaborate, with either set designs, costumes, or just using their islands, you can add me on Discord or shoot me a message here or leave a comment, and I'll see what ideas we can come together with in the future. Thank you guys all for watching. Peace out.
Samra